SMT Nation, we back. Nation, T-Mobile just announced that they've got 2 new markets where they're going to be offering their T-Fiber home broadband option. All right, now there's a lot in here. I already covered a kind of like introductory video to it on the expansion of the service. I want to go over a couple of key and critical details, things that I hope can kind of frame this service for you in the proper fashion. This is obviously really good to hear that they're doing this, but I think we need realistic expectations. All right, so we'll be covering it in today's video. I'll be sure to link this particular website for you. It's the T-Mobile T-Fiber webpage, so you guys can see where it's available, what they charge, and the details on it. So that'll be in the description. Also in the description is the Real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. If you want to support your creators directly, that's one way you could do it. Keep the SMT caffeinated, motivated. Link in the description. And also, if you're looking for a great deal on wireless service, look no further than Mint Mobile. You can get an awesome value, legendary customer care, and you'll also be helping out the channel in the process. All right, so the announcement came out today, the time of this recording. All right, April 3rd, 2023. We started to see press releases about T-Mobile expanding the T-Fiber home internet to some new markets. And they've got a couple of different plans. They've got a 500 megabit per second tier, and then they have a 1 gigabit per second tier, both of which offer symmetrical speeds. It is, after all, true fiber. All right, the cities in Colorado that have been added, North Glen and Pueblo, and previously they have the pilot program, Pilot Fiber in New York City. I think it's in Manhattan. All right, so cards are getting sent to residents in Colorado in those 2 cities, where the pricing for the 500 megabit service comes in at $55 per month. I don't know exactly what they're charging. I wasn't able to find it on the website for the gig service, but I would assume it's probably somewhere around $80. Right, that seems to be the going price. Now, in and of itself, the pricing is very average. Right, $55 is very fair. I think most fiber operators, a majority of them, are probably selling the service between $50 and $60 for that speed tier. And oftentimes we're seeing the gigabit speed tier coming in between, like $70 and $100. So in my estimation, I think it's a fair price. I think T-Mobile obviously wants to land in the same range as their competitors or those that offer similar services. T-Mobile's claim to fame has always been customer care, right? T-Mobile's claim to fame has always been, you get what you pay for. No balloon pricing, no explosive pricing, no price hikes. So according to the press release on this, and according to the website, T-Mobile says that they will not raise pricing. There is no promotional period and then, the cost balloons or explodes on you. These are the things that T-Mobile is going to stick to. It's the same principles and philosophies that they utilize for the 5G home internet, the fixed wireless access. T-Mobile home internet, whether you're getting it through fiber or you're getting it through the wireless side, you don't have to pay for the gateways and the gear. All those things are great. Now, the one thing I want to make sure I mention, and really the reason I made this video, is the realistic expectation, folks, is that this service is going to be limited in its distribution. This is just a reminder that T-Mobile does not spend a lot of CapEx on things like this. I'll point you back to the most recent earnings call where the CEO of T-Mobile, Mike Sievert, was asked about fiber and home internet and wireline home internet. And he didn't really mince words. He kind of said it very directly. He said, we'll only do it if it makes business sense, right? They're not just going to blindly just start flailing to try to run a bunch of fiber. Because the truth is that T-Mobile doesn't really have the CapEx to do this. Just recently, they announced that they were going to be decreasing their CapEx, meaning their network spend is going to drop. Now, obviously, it's been a mostly mobile focus for them. But I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to be seeing little pockets of places where the T-Mobile home internet can be offered, where the fiber deployment is reasonable in its execution, possibly where they can get some government funding and some dollars to build. Because there just simply is no way for a company that has a capex of under $10 billion to adequately build any sizable markets and penetration for fiber while still maintaining and operating a mobile network, right? Verizon spent $10 billion in 3 years on just one single radio frequency build, C-band. They annually spend 18 or 19 billion dollars. AT&T has been spending over $20 billion annually as a total capex for the last handful of years. I'm not trying to compare T-Mobile to those other behemoths, but when we look at wireline ambitions and when we look at mobile network operations, upkeep, maintenance, and expansion, this is a lot for T-Mobile to take on if they are legitimately going to become a fiber operator. My expectation is that you are going to see a monthly or maybe every quarter, expansion of some sort being mentioned. Maybe it's going to be, a deeper build within the cities they're currently in. Maybe it's going to be the sporadic new city added. There's never going to be a day where T-Mobile is going to have a nationwide wireline network of fiber. It's just not going to happen. But I think these little pockets where things make sense for them and they can get the government dollars, right, the municipal dollars that'll be there for them, and where things can easily be done, like permitting, right, like the red tape, the restrictions easing. I think those are the types of opportunities where T-Mobile can get involved. And I think T-Mobile should also look to what AT&T did with respect to the joint venture with BlackRock and some of those types of opportunities, because they simply do not have the capex. They just don't have the money. Their free cash flow is obviously better than it was previously. I mean, post-merger, they make much more revenue. They have many more customers, but they have a lot of corporate obligations. They want to do a share buyback program. They want to expand coverage. They want to penetrate retail and the networking piece, the mobile networking piece in rural America. There's about 7 things that T-Mobile has to do, and they're going to try to do it with less than half the capex of their next closest competitors. Right? This is no easy task. All of this is challenging. There's a reason why AT&T only does it when there's government funding involved, when there's municipal funding involved. Right? There's a reason why Verizon Fios oftentimes grows very slowly and expands slowly. There's this constant return of invested capital that's being analyzed, by the decision makers at these companies and the bean counters and the CFOs and all of that. So this is not to, cast T-Mobile in a bad light. This is being realistic. I obviously support T-Mobile's endeavors. We need more competition. People getting access to fiber is a good situation. I'm just speaking from the standpoint of, for people that want this service and expect it to come to their market, you have to be realistic. But I think on a quarterly basis, I think you can anticipate that maybe there'll be a couple of markets added here and there, and you'll see, maybe some depth improvement within the markets that they already build. That's kind of my predictions, and I think that's more of like a realistic expectation. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that my kind of predictions, my logic and reasoning falls in line with yours, or do you disagree? Do you think it's going to play out different? What do you want to see T-Mobile do with the fiber build? I personally really hope that they kind of explore the enterprise side a little bit and start getting fiber to their towers, in which they're more the owner of their network. I want to see that happen as well. I think that's an important piece of their business. But they really could use some owner economics. They really could. But love to hear what you guys have to say on this. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links are in the description for all things going on with the channel. Big shout out to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making content on this channel possible. If you want to get early access to videos and exclusive content and live streams not found anywhere else, become a YouTube member. All right, hit the join button. It's right next to the subscribe by my channel name. And then also, if you want to join us on Patreon for those same benefits and more, the link is in the description. And don't forget, you can support the SMT by buying me a coffee. The real SMT coffee link is in the description. Keep the SMT caffeinated motivated. And if you're looking for a great value and wireless service, you can save money from our partner, Mint Mobile. Use the link that's in the description. You'll save money and you'll be supporting the channel as well. Thanks for watching, folks. See you all in the next one. Peace.